Hey guys, it is Mendez here, and welcome to the 6th part in the Daily Puzzle Showcase videos. We're going to today be looking at the 6th daily puzzle, which is Irrigation Rotation. It looks like it's going to be some kind of floral-based puzzle, I mean, judging from the description and the icon used. And we're going to be doing the first 10 of them. Now I think that's interesting. The first thing I'm noticing as we get into this one is that the difficulty only increases, which is not something we've seen before. Usually it resets to 1-star difficulty around the 6 or 7 mark, so we get a smaller grid size, which makes me think that this is going to just be possibly a not grid based puzzle, but we shall see. So, irrigation rotation. Where do they get these plumbers? This water pipe needs fixing or the flowers will wilt. Let's go ahead and get into it. So I'm approaching this completely blind. Spin the pieces of pipe around to make one continuous circuit for the water to flow. Oh, it's pipe rotation. You can rotate a section by 90 degrees simply by setting it. Yeah, it's pipe rotation. Alright. So, I mean... Wait, do we need to connect it to anywhere or anything? It doesn't look like it immediately. But yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen a variant of this around. I mean, it's definitely not something that's super original, but like, I mean, it's a daily puzzle, so that they not necessarily have to be. But yeah, so pipe rotation, pretty easy strategy to be able to beat any of them. Start in the corners, and basically start on the edges, because I mean, edge pieces, so if it's a corner, you can't necessarily do it, but if you do the corner pieces first, then that has to follow that's from there, because that has to connect to that. And if you just start from the corners, and then work your way around the edges, it's really easy, because there are no pieces that will be ambiguous. They'll all have to fit in some way. So this is going to be a fairly short video, I reckon. I don't really think that anything in pipe rotation can really get much more difficult than this, to be honest. They can increase the size of the grid to make it more difficult, but that kind of explains why the difficulty goes up, because you can't really make the puzzle itself any harder, really. That's just a feature of the type of puzzle that they've gone for here, really. So yeah, we can see that we've got some... I mean, I'm sure we'll get very interesting and intricate networks and intricate designs. We've already just seen those pieces that can fit 2 ways, which are again a fairly common staple. But yeah, I don't anticipate having too much problem with this one. which is you know, after the snowman one is fairly nice. At least this is a puzzle that has just the simple one solution, and is fairly easy to get to. Yeah, this is probably going to be like a 5-minute video, but that's what happens, you know. Some of these are going to be easy, some of them are going to be hard. I'm anticipating that. I've always been worried since I started this series. I was worried that doing 10 puzzles in an episode was going to be like sure, for the first puzzle that was fine, but later on might be a bit more tricky, and you know, I might end up with crazy hour-long videos. And I'm very glad that I've not had that yet. But I'm still fully expecting it. Any one of these daily puzzles could completely ruin my day and force me to spend an inordinate amount of time trying to figure them out and figure out strategies for how to solve them. You know, we might get a sliding block puzzle. Doing 10 sliding block puzzles in a video would be pretty much my idea of hell. But as it is, you know, we've gotten fairly lucky. So I'm not going to complain about it. I am just going to take it as it comes. And I'm going to be very, very happy that we have got something that we can very easily just get on with and work through. Yeah, if you've never come across these types of puzzles before, they're a fairly common staple in a lot of puzzle games. You get them in a lot of... I feel like you get them in a lot of cheap escape room games. Not necessarily cheap, like, escape rooms, but certainly cheap escape room games. The kind that you get, like, on Steam. The kind that are just kind of, like... people learning to use Unity. I feel like you get that quite a bit. Alright. And generally, you know what? They are an okay puzzle. They are unambiguous. Unless you design it very badly. Which is actually technically possible. And they are a... you know, a guaranteed puzzle, essentially. That is, inoffensive and just exists. I don't know, I'm not doing a very good job of selling them here, am I? I'm just trying to think of other examples where I have seen such puzzles, but none are immediately coming to mind. It doesn't really matter anyway. I'm just really filling in time with my delightful commentary. Because I really, really have nothing to say about these puzzles. They are so, you know, they're fine. They're fine. You can make some nice, pretty networks, but ultimately there is so little to say about them while we're solving them. So little to say. And that's my commentary. Oh well. Yeah, it's not the most exciting thing, but it is a video nonetheless. So that can go there. See, this is actually at least getting a little bit more... I mean, I want to say a bit more challenging, but that's not the word I'd use, I don't think. The only thing that's really a little bit challenging is knowing which corner pieces to use. Like when you've got the two corner pieces on the one tile, is knowing which way that's facing. Because if you got that facing the wrong way, then it'll create two networks, and it's pretty obvious that you can just turn it to turn those two networks into one network. Like it's not. There's not a lot you can do with this puzzle format. I actually had a bit of a rough idea of doing a bit of a series of different types of puzzle, and I think this series that I've been doing on the Daily Showcase has been a bit of a almost a bit of a trial run for it, because I've got a lot of, you know, puzzle experience. And I really like talking about puzzles, so I might do some kind of, like, Origin of Puzzles type series. I don't know. It's something I've been thinking of for a while, but it's not something that I'm likely to get around to in the near future. So that was it. That was Irrigation Rotation. It's pretty simple pipe rotation puzzle. Pretty cookie cutter. Very much the kind of thing that, you know, that a lot of puzzle games have and implement in very much the same way. I genuinely, there's nothing else I can say about this puzzle. Next time we'll go on and look at what this dice is. It's a dice that only has the side of 1, which in my D&D games, typically every dice feels like it only has a side of 1, but you know, there we go. See you next time, folks.